Okay. So the idea is also that there's some very easy to manufacture panels that will go on here and articulate. So when you want, they'll all be closed up. And that these panels are also very easy to manufacture. Again, I just took one of these, wrapped it with plastic. Good at that. Isn't it so clever? And then basically threw hot sand on top of it. Really not exactly rocket science. You have to be able to rub two sticks together and produce fire. There's lots of other ways to do it. I found that just making fire and then heating sand and then pouring hot sand at a specific temperature will produce this result. Here I did not have enough sand, so this is what you get when you don't calculate correctly how much sand is required. Again, did not have enough sand here as well, and this is what it laid down in. So the weight and the sand and the heat of the sand softened the plastic, so it just sort of like went right in there. I'll show you some other stuff I'm doing. So the idea being that you would have some sort of hinge mechanism that goes like this, and then, you know, it doesn't have to be a perfect triangle. There'll be some other stuff here to create some sort of awning, but the idea being that mainly it can go like that and overlap and create a sealed environment. You know, there would be lights embedded in here. There'd be space underneath for small personal items, charging ports. Basically, you can sit up in here and relax. Have a friend, who knows? I'm just saying this is a space that I see as being very relevant. But by itself is not much, but what you can do is you can create another one and you lean it up against here, right? I'm in the middle of space, but there'd be one. They tessellate, which is a fancy, I'm actually in frame, what do you know? They tessellate, which means that they tile, right? So they'll be they fit nicely together. There's just that natural joint. They share the load well. They have structural integrity with a larger tessellation. You make the structure basically stronger the more units you have together. Here's one application where there's another cell here and another cell here, and they stack, and you have a way to come in and go out and have your own space. This one doesn't necessarily need to be occupied by a human being. It could be for storage, it could be for commercial, industrial, manufacturing, all sorts of different applications. I mean, unfortunately, there is a dark side, which I won't even talk about. So I have a very thin piece of Luan here. You get a nice veneer. You can get a nice veneer if you do it with style and grace and precision. You can get a nice veneer. Otherwise, you get something like this. But the idea being that these, I'm going to apply hot sand to here, just like I did there, and it's going to condense and get much stronger. It will soften, and the sand will sort of just use its tiny little grains. So this is it was laid down like this. So you see you get this embedding of sand. So you get this crust. It could have been a little hotter, but you get the idea that there's now more of a vibrant, or what's the term I'm looking for? What am I looking for? You don't know. Anyway, thank you.